Regidrago in Pokemon Go. Are you going to want to raid for it, power it up, or do more with this Pokemon in Pokemon Go? We're gonna check that out right now so you know what time it is. Welcome to the Trader Club. Here we go. Welcome back, everybody. Elite raids in Pokemon Go. Are you guys excited about this? This is a brand new Pokemon coming into Pokemon Go, a brand new Regi introduction, which is something that I'm excited about, for one. For two, we want to know if it's actually going to be good. Is it going to be worth spending extra raid passes on it, and so forth in Pokemon Go, because you know I'm all about efficiency here, making sure you get the most bang for your buck. Regidrago is an all-dragon type Pokemon. Yes, all-dragon type. It's going to max out at 3,361 with an attack value of 202, a defense of 101, and a stamina of 400. Holy smokes, that is crazy. This Pokemon is going to have 3 weaknesses, being Dragon, to Ice, Dragon, and Fairy. And as far as its resistances go, it will have 4 of them, which are going to be Electric, Fire, Grass, as well as Water. Which then leads us into the moveset of this Pokemon. It's going to get Bite for its only quick move, which is kind of interesting. I'm assuming at some point it will get an introduction of another move, but I'm sure that going in with this Pokemon Go is trying to be a little cautious because of how high that stamina stat can be. And as far as its charge moves, as we did see in the counter guide, it looks like it has not changed. It will get Outrage, which is the premier Dragon charge move, which is really cool. It's going to get Dragon Pulse, mediocre, and then it's going to get Hyper Beam as well. Hyper Beam is a normal type move, okay move, kind of strong, but at the same time, it's like not doing anything crazy for this Pokemon. It's not like it's giving it Giga Impact or something that's other normal that could hit pretty hard. And so the only way to be able to obtain this Pokemon is going to be through elite raids. So now let's check out the ER value, which is going to be damage per second times total damage output average, to see how good this Pokemon is in Pokemon Go. Let's check it out right now and see where it does sit and what its optimal moveset is, even though it only gets 1 fast move, so it's kind of comical when we do check this out. Let's see it. At the top, we have Bite, Outrage. No surprise at that being the most powerful move at 33.01. Then we have the Dragon Pulse at 29.54, and then we have Hyper Beam at 27.54. So right off the bat, this Pokemon is a Dragon. It does not get a dual stab type move, meaning it's not going to get a Dragon quick move that is going to help it be better in its ER value. And then additionally speaking, it's at a 33, guys. And if you have seen any of my best of the best videos, if you want to see the complete playlist, I try to break down every new Pokemon that is meta relevant from a raid perspective to see if it's worth your time, energy, and effort. This Pokemon at 33 in a Dragon category is very, very low, but just to make sure that we do hammer this point home, let's check it out right now. At the top of the Dragon category, still don't believe that this is how it's going to go down, but we do have Mega Garchomp with Dragon Tail and Outrage at 55.41. In the next spot, we have the Mega Rayquaza. In reality, I don't know why these are switched, because the Rayquaza is much stronger than the Garchomp and the regular, but it's going to be at 54.84. If we just look at those few, 54 and 55, they're not out yet, but Mega Salamence is out yet at 50.79. Then we have the Shadow Salamence at 49.28, Mega Latios, 48.15. If we go to the second page, we can check out some non-Mega, non-Shadow Pokemon. Rayquaza being at the top at 43.45, so it is looking to be 10 ER value above. Then we have Palkia at 42. Salamence, budget counter right there that you don't even have to pay to raid for, because you can find this Pokemon in the wild and then trade it over 100 kilometers for the XL candy, and you can get it at 52.52. The only problem about that Pokemon is Outrage is an elite TM-able move. Then we have Garchomp, Outrage, and Dragon Tail. Neither of those need elite TMs at 42.3. More than enough XL candy for most of us on that one. Then we have Zekrom, Eternatus, not out yet, Dialga, Reshiram, and Dragonite all the way at the bottom. Not too far off there at 41.33. But then if we want to go to the fourth page, we can check out the Giratina Origin form that does get the Dragon Pulse. Goodra's on here, and we don't see this Pokemon in here, but it would be right in between Drampa and Guzzlord, because just remember, this Pokemon does not get dual dragon moves. So Guzzlord being slightly not as powerful as this Pokemon because it doesn't get Outrage, but that is quite crazy. So the Regidrago is basically a Guzzlord kind of clone, if you would say. So let's check them out comparing each other. As far as Regidrago, that attack is 202, the Guzzlord is 188. The defense of the Regidrago is 101, and the defense of the Guzzlord is 99. The Regidrago has a stamina of 400, and the Guzzlord has a stamina of 440. So these Pokemon, Guzzlord gets a little bit more in that stamina, which is hard to realize. It's hard to wrap your brain around that one. And then as far as the attack, the Regidrago gets a little bit more there, but they're pretty similar Pokemon, slightly different movesets. So as far as rating for this Pokemon as a meta attacker, my response to you guys is an absolute no. This Pokemon, even if you have 100% IV, if I had one, I might consider powering it all the way up to level 40 just because I have a lot of Stardust and it's a hundo, but that's because I have almost 70 million Stardust. But beyond that, guys, you can look at Dragonite, you can look at Salamence that are very, very, very practical and easy budget counters to be able to acquire. There has been Dratini Comday Classic. We have had Comdays for Bagon in the past. I would anticipate that sometime in the future we're going to have a Comday. So these Pokemon are very easy to acquire. They compete with the legendaries. They are considered pseudo-legendaries, meaning they are acting like legendaries, but they are not, meaning that they are budget counters for us. So now let's check it out in PvP because it does have that stamina and see what happens. In the Great League, Regidrago is 696 with the moveset combination of Bite, Hyper Beam, and Outrage. In the Ultra League, it's going to be 562, and in the Master League, it's going to be 386. So unfortunately, Regidrago, what is the conclusion for this Pokemon as of right now? I'm not saying that it can't get some movesets that will bump it up in the Master League. That will be the league that it will prevail the hardest, but as of right now, this Pokemon is an absolute no-go to power up if you are looking at being budget with your resources. You're not trying to pay for the XL Candy, absolute no-go. And then in number 2 spot in the GBL, it is also a no-go for a power-up. I'm not saying maybe not to have one that is semi-decent, but at this time, we should not consider this Pokemon any more than just getting it, which is kind of a bummer for Elite Raids. I feel like in these situations, it would be very, very practical to put a Regidrago is a shiny because there's nothing really playing with this Pokemon. It's not going to do us anything in the GBL and as a meta attacker. So let me know what you guys plan to do. Are you going to go out? Are you going to do a lot in Pokemon Go for this Elite Raid boss? But regardless, it's still fun to raid. So thank you guys for being here as always. To all my likers, comments, subscribers, Patreon members, everybody takes their support, subscription, and participation. See you guys out. Next video. Peace.
I want to take this time to thank everybody who supports me in every facet. It means the world to me, and an extra special thank you to all my Patreons. I greatly appreciate the extra support to continue to allow me to pursue Pokemon Go full time, allowing me to create my daily video uploads in the most timely fashion for everyone's benefit. Plus, I get the amazing experience of sharing my creative processes behind the scenes and raiding all around the globe with select upper tiers. Thank you everybody for being a part of the Trainer Club. You all mean the absolute world to me, and I will see you guys out on the next video.